Hello, fellow simmers. It's Samuel Beeman here of BLS Productions. I'm joined here with my friends Jordan Devison, Will Braddock, Steve Davies, and Lewis Brown, aka LJ Trains. And today we're going to be looking at the Mid Norfolk Railway Route, which is basically a work in progress route that's been in progress for like ages. And we're going to give you this exclusive preview of it from Wyndham to Thuxton, which shall be really interesting. So do you want to introduce yourselves, lads?
Good evening.
Complete and utter silence.
It's like, who's going to go first?
Yeah. You can always tell when things like this are rehearsed well, can't you?
Oh, I know,
Of course.
yeah.
We've done this a million times, have we?
Oh, speak for yourself.
And every time we get it wrong.
I've done mine.
Yes, hello YouTube.
Yes, indeed.
Just leave it at that.
Yes. Anyway,
Right,
moving on.
where are we going from, Mr. Beeman?
Well, currently we're at Wyndham Abbey station, and as you can see, we've got the nice sign there, which has been made by Steve here. You did the sign, didn't you, Steve?
Indeed we did. Me and Mr. Bill Sticker.
Yeah, no, that was made in 3 pieces, I think, wasn't it, or 2 pieces?
Yeah, I think it was, because I think we used different bits of it in different sizes in different areas. So rather than make loads of different ones, we just resized the same one. Something like that, anyway.
Yeah, because it was like the actual main bit was like massive, and you had to shrink it down, didn't you? And then the poles you had to add afterwards. Yeah. And and it made the welcome sign, which looks pretty cool. I like it. I like the weathering you did on it as well.
Yeah, it's always damp in Norfolk, isn't it?
Well, yes, that is very true. Yeah.
It's like Wales.
Evening all.
Hello, Jake. You right?
I'm good. You?
Yeah, we're just previewing the upcoming. Well, it's not upcoming really. It's still got a little way to go, but we're previewing the Mid Norfolk Railway, which is a route by us now, isn't it? It used to be the Traction Studios one, but it's now in our hands. So what Jordan's looking at there, that is Wyndham Abbey ticket booth. And basically that's been made by Swamp Rail. It was a custom asset. And it's not too bad. I mean, it's not the best in the world, but it's nice. We've done a very good job.
No, Sam, that looks pretty good. And Ben, I've been to Mid Norfolk a couple of years ago. Last time I went, and to be honest, that looks pretty good, as far as I'm concerned. I can't really fault the model. The only thing that lets it down is the horrible GU track. You're better off using the VP track myself, but that's my only gripe.
There's no track in the booking office.
I should hope there isn't.
Jesus.
There's always one.
He's not wrong, man.
He saw an open
track in
goal.
there.
But I mean, as far as the model goes, though, it's pretty much spot on. It's just the texturing is a bit. It's just that really. But the model itself, he's done a grand job on it. Really, the guy who's done it. And in fact, I need to speak to him at some point again to see if he can make any more stuff, because we need some of the stations done. But at the end of the day, it's a custom asset, you know what I mean? To be honest, it doesn't really bother me about the texturing, as long as it's a custom asset. And this is the thing. So, if anyone wants to moan about it, then, well, it's tough, isn't it? I mean, it's a custom asset at the end of the day. You've got to appreciate it.
Sam, as I said to you on the Facebook group, on the chat, it comes to something when one of the older routes, like the West Coast Milano Shat, is a better quality route than the Severn Valley route. And obviously we had that conversation a few days ago, didn't we, about that? How bad that was.
So we got anyone in the chat so far? Doesn't look like it, so yeah. Oh yeah, wait, no, hang on, we've got someone. Ben Davis, hi, just one question. How's the Swanage Railway on trains getting on? It's not our route. It's not our route, mate. It's but I have heard that Portline Parker is still working on it. So, and that's literally all I know. So that's literally it. To be honest, I don't actually know.
It was going along well or something like that.
Yeah, Anyway, so what we got here? We got the now resident 4MT tank 80078, the former Swanage one, haven't we? Which you're driving today, Jordan, aren't you?
Yep. So we're just
Yep. Gonna
pull the
park
one-
up into Wyndham station.
and we'll have a little look around on the platform once the train's in the station.
For the years at Mid Norfolk, they've had the B1 Mayflower, K4, number 9. They've had loads, to be fair, steam loco wise, haven't they? I found something somewhere that they'd actually had Tangmere go as well many years ago. I'm talking like 2007, 2008.
Yeah, they have had a good few galas there. I've been to a load of them. They do really good events. Now, what you guys can see here, as you probably noticed as well, for those of you who have played the Phase 1 route, which was by Attraction Studios, you'll notice that a lot of the trees around the area were 2D, and they've all been replaced by 3D ones now, closest to the line, obviously. The further away ones are 2D. But you'll see that it has made a very nice difference adding those 3D trees rather than the 2D ones they were before. So yeah, feel free to share your thoughts, guys, by the way, when you are watching this. Right. It's the same with everyone in this chat. If you want to pick something up, want to have any comments about it, then go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna pull a Sam here. That's some very nice grass over there.
And the cows agree.
Ground textures, are they default? Are they? I can't work out which one.
I believe the ground textures, a lot of them are from the GU Studios Brecklin line route, because that's what's used as a base.
I thought I recognised the crappy track work on it. It's not. I tell you what, that track's actually not as good as the one that JT used. Obviously, it's the same track.
Ooh.
I think they used the beta version for their route, whereas JT got an actual version.
We need a walk around for some of them seats.
Yeah, they seem to walk through them, don't they? But to be fair, remember though, it's a very small platform. It's not like it's not gonna be easy.
I mean, if you've got to walk through a bench, walk through a bench. Who are we to judge?
Yeah, we should do that on Halloween then.
Yeah,
Well, it's a magic trick.
I'm looking at that there's like 3 people who look identical on the platform.
I'll plan to go riding trip.
Fashion statement, mate. Fashion statement.
Fashion, yeah.
Right.
10 out of 10 filming there.
we did.
We're wanting spirited departure here, Jordan.
Not happening.
Even the driver's filming.
Thanks, Mike Hawk. I'm glad you like the look of the route.
Jordan, departure and drain valves to ruin their shot. Be a good engineman and ruin their shot with the drain taps.
Yeah, so
doing.
before you leave Wyndham, Jordan, just have a look at the lights. You'll see that the light, that they're actually, I believe they're Midland Mainline assets. And
yeah, I do recognise them from Derby, from the RTC.
Yeah, and what I did is because there's lights in real life above those totems. So what I did was I just plonked them on there. They're supposed to be ground assets, but I literally just raised them up and then plonked them sort of flush to the back of the fence.
Yeah.
And then I added Steve's signs over the top to make that, which is, I was quite proud of that, how I've done that.
What's it look like at night?
It's quite good. They do light up. So.
Well, there wouldn't be very good lights if they didn't.
No, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, and that is Wyndham.
Let's go and catch up with our train.
I'm going to say, the runaway train.
My lords.
That was a bit half-assed, Will.
Well, it's not a diesel. What can we say, really?
So
After that,
Ben Davis asks if we've had a good Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
I think we have.
I've still
Yeah.
got a headache, so yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too sad.
I avoided COVID. Well, I did anyway.
Oh, I think most of us have.
Obviously,
Just
you
about.
guys know this from the group chat, but I spent today driving rail steam loco at my honeymoon. So that was good fun. I noticed, Steve, how you didn't pick holes in my photo of the cab view today. In fact, I had water in the glass. There's not a lot of steam.
I was looking at it on my phone, so it's very difficult to see anything.
You can actually zoom in on your phone, so you can actually see it easier, the pressure gauge. And I think about £30 on the clock. But just under half a glass of water, so not too bad.
Need some concrete round them houses.
Do actually.
Big garden.
Plenty
as
of
you
plenty
see,
of road
they,
traffic. I wish we could fix that in train sim, where the steam comes through
Yeah.
the bridges. That's such a pain,
Yeah.
that, isn't it?
I know you could do
the
it
funny
in
thing is now
MSTS.
that the funny thing is in MSTS they actually had it where the steam went under the bridge, but yet all these newer sims they don't do it.
Even trains
Yeah.
does
Tried
it, and
to do it,
even
but it
Train
just
Sim
doesn't work
World
well.
does it.
I know for trains they tried fixing it, but it just doesn't work. It just looks weird.
But yeah, those bits you notice that obviously there's 3D trees instead of the 2D ones. They're all gone now, and there's a lot of like scenery that's been altered. Bits and pieces that were missing are now there that were in the original. But yeah.
Question, Sam, but how did you get on with finding a gradient profile for this route? Because it's not an easy route to find gradient profile for. I struggled with, I didn't struggle with Ecclesbourne or Peak Rail, because luckily I had a store that was able to give me one for Peak Rail, but the secret route that we mentioned in the stream, when we were talking about the 33 reskins, and I mentioned about that secret route that I'm currently in the process of starting, that one I really struggled with finding gradient profile for.
I didn't focus on the gradient profiles on this one because I didn't lay the track.
Oh, okay, who laid the track?
No one, it seems.
No one.
It's just it was there. We got there.
It was still there
Yeah.
after Eugene closed the line.
Because as stated at the beginning of the video, it's a the new version of the Traction Studios Phase 1 route. So this is a new updated version. Because obviously this was going to be the Phase 2 of the Traction Studios route, but as they're now no longer in the community and doing train sim stuff, it was passed down to us. So
Is Traction Studios who I think it is?
Yeah.
Thought it was.
But yeah, basically the track's all laid down, and the section between Wyndham to Thuxton's pretty much done, with a few minor little bits like what Steve said about the concrete under the houses and stuff like that. Just minor little bits that need doing, and then the rest of it is all just working towards Durham now, really. And then once that's done, it can be finished and released, hopefully this year.
Well, that's the plan anyway.
Yeah, it's the plan. It's my project for this year. And obviously all of this scenery you see here, a lot of it's all from looking at cab view videos. I find them really handy, and quite a lot of the time as well, especially around the stations. I used a little man on the Google Maps just to have a look round and make sure everything is in the right place and it looks as real as I could get it. And that,
I've got to admit, camera videos are so helpful. What the route I'm currently doing, well, obviously me and Will have used camera videos for Pink Rail, and we will. But for me, the route I'm currently, the second project I'm currently doing, I've come across camera videos, so I'm using those, and it's just, it's not ideal for. It's more for me. It's not speed limit. You can't always find a speed limit in photos a lot of the time.
Ideally, you could do with somebody who's a member of the society, preferably on the running side, and they'll get notifications, running notes.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
get
Someone who knows the line
like-
back to front.
I mean, you don't necessarily need to know it, but somebody who's on the running
Well, you know what?
running department we'll get. I
Yeah.
mean, we get emails to say what any speed limits that have changed, and every note to train crews has all the speed limits listed.
Actually, funny enough, Steve, talking of speed limits and changes, I was telling my mum this earlier today when I come back from the club. We've had a slight issue with the track on the ground level today at the club. Our 7.25 part of the track, one of the rails is buckled slightly. So it's rather than sitting in line as it should do, it's buckled out slightly. We've had to put we're putting in a temporary speed restriction just to try and until it can get fixed.
All right.
Unfortunately,
What's
obviously,
buckled
luckily
there?
they were using that we don't know. But one of the things we have also discovered is that a lot of the riding trucks, both raised and Grenell, haven't really been maintained in a long time, so we're not quite sure what's caused the track issues. But it could be the weather, to be honest, because obviously we've had some quite hot summers.
Oh, Jordan's gone a few
obviously
feet
where
past
we
the
are-
stopboard.
Oh, shut up.
The roads get flooded.
I can
so
still
this is,
see the sign.
This is Kimberley Park, I believe. Is this one?
What? What's
Oh, I saw an abandoned platform.
yeah? Well, what's this hedge just behind just below the view of the camera at the moment? There, we seem to have a very flat. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh, it's a nice
It's
hedge.
that one. It's
That hedge.
That's the
it's the one
West
without the
Highland
top, isn't it?
one. It's the West Highland one, yeah.
Yeah. From that angle, it looked like there was something else behind it, but
That
It's not,
building,
it's-
what I've seen that from? Is that building from Brighton Route,
Which one?
the station building?
I'm not too sure really, Sam.
That station building is from the West Highland line. Funnily enough, it's a building from West Highland line. So, I can't remember which one it was actually, but it's one of those. Yeah.
That looks like it's probably the one that I haven't got then, because I've only got West Highland Extension, which is, to be honest, a better route.
Yeah, that's the only one I have, so it must be from there. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Smoky.
I don't recognise it. Actually, do you get joyful rail sounds on this route? I think you do, don't you? I seem to recall.
I've not heard any actually.
No, I've not heard any.
No, I haven't. That's why I deliberately used the VP track for Pete Rails, because I wanted jointed rail sounds.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
hear it.
yeah, I
just.
can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it.
But bear in mind,
Yeah, you
AP
do.
coaches are quiet.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really hear it over the steam okay.
Sam, you and me have this conversation every time we talk, don't we? That the bogey sounds need.
And they need turning up.
sound-wise,
They're just far too quiet. Hmm.
They need to strain right up. They need the recording to shut right up sound-wise. And they ideally also want. Oh, to repeat
Here
ourselves
comes
again,
the
Lewis
flange
gonna-
squeal again.
Right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Have this conversation.
Is it from a
every time.
unit?
Yeah, so these sidings are a new addition to the Mid Norfolk. The sidings back there are actually used for the for the Greater Anglia stock now, actually, because they actually bring their stuff down there and store their stuff in the sidings there, because it links to the main line down at Wyndham. So, and a lot of the time they stored the old Mark III coaches in there from the 90s and stuff like that, and the Stadlers were stored there for a little while as well. When they're on test, obviously, but yeah.
Sam's favourite trains.
Yeah, horrible things.
What
Now,
do you
as
mean,
we
Sam? You
approach-
flail at them all the time.
You didn't give me the response I was expecting. I didn't get the response I was expecting, so I was expecting to get told to do one.
Yeah,
In a
they're
rather
terrible. They're terrible
way.
things. But as you see, now we've come in this cut-in, you'll see there's actually a drastic difference to what it was before.
Oh yeah,
'cause
I like the look of that bush.
Originally, it was just 2D bushes heading up on the embankment, and basically they've all been replaced with the 3D trees and a mixture of 2D bushes as well. So yeah, which is prototypical to reality. 'Cause I made sure that they are trees and stuff, because some people end up putting trees down where bushes are meant to be and bits and pieces like that, which isn't right. So I'll make sure that all the foliage is right on this.
He personally went out and measured every leaf.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. No, I
That's
just
what
looked
it's
at
done to
photos.
do.
I looked at photos.
And you got the measurement of the leaf just from photos.
That's incredible.
Respect.
Not just the leaves, and the twigs that were on it as well.
And don't forget the odd ladybird.
And that too.
Even the worms in the ground are correct.
Now, I have got ideas, like you said, Jake, to try and change the track on this, but the trouble is, with how it's been laid and how the GU Studios track texture is, the texture of the ballast actually is further out than most other track types.
Yeah, it actually looks very, very good.
Yeah, and the trouble is, if I change the track, it will probably get rid of that effect a bit and ruin it a little bit. This is the problem.
Some point, do you know what the track rule is for this? Because if you've got the constant interactive track rule, no. I remember using this track ages ago. I almost used it for the secret route I was doing, and I worked out that if you have constant interactive special extension tip, and you set the, I can't remember what it was to do with it. I'll have a look and I'll tell you at some point, because you can actually set it to jointed rail. Is it 20 meters or whatever it is? The jointed rail sections.
20 metre.
Or whatever it is, Steve.
60 feet.
60
Yeah,
meters,
that.
all right. It's not even that at our club. About 5 feet, if that.
5 feet rails.
If that
Jeez
is all.
Louise.
Or even might even be a foot or something. No, I think about 5 feet. I think at most, possibly. Especially
Yeah,
on the
five
portable track.
foot is normally the length. For
We're not talking.
standard
We're not
gauge.
talking standard gauge here, are we?
No, military's on about.
God's
Can you imagine that sound
Yeah.
on a standard?
It'd be bloody 90% fish plates. There wouldn't be a spring left intact on any steam locomotive that ran down there.
That's
So here we are,
pretty nice.
Hardingham.
I
And this
remember
is
having
some more of Steve's fabulous signs there, look.
Oh yeah.
Well, although we just talked about nonsense, then Sam's like, right, anyway.
back to reality.
Yeah, back to talking about the route. We've got some more Steve signs here at Hardingham. All the totems and other bits and pieces. I've still got to add some benches, I think, on the other side of the platform. I haven't
Nice
done.
bin.
Yeah, you just add little bits like bins and other bits and pieces. Just adds to the. It's always the little things, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah,
that makes the
yeah.
route look better. Yeah.
There's a million and one things you can put on a station that you don't look at individually, but when they're there, all in collection, it brings the whole station to life. It's like music in a action movie. You don't actually listen to it, but it brings so much more to the experience. It's incredible the difference it makes.
Well, yeah, because if you just had an action sequence without no music, it'd be crap, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would just be very bland, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but you
Which
don't
is
you
like
don't notice it. But
Jason.
it's, yeah,
Yeah.
Let's go over here.
it's just a
Yeah,
run round
exactly.
spot here.
No, this is a just a passing loop path.
Okay.
Yeah. Most trains don't actually pass here. It's just, and then they don't actually stop here quite often either. It's usually a through station here quite often on most days, but on special occasions they stop here for like charters and things like that.
Why is there no village or roads around here or what?
I believe there's only a really small village, but like I say,
Okay.
it's not really a public stop. It's request only.
It's a big station for a request stop, isn't it?
Well, yeah. But yeah, they just don't stop here very often. It's usually the main stopping points are Wyndham and then Thuxton, which is the main passing point for trains. And then you've got Durham.
I hope you had a yellow flag there to go past that.
It's broken signal.
Yeah, so but again,
not
it's
So look,
Yeah.
it's yellow there. So
It's the Wherry Lines ones, though, isn't it, Jordan? They
Yeah.
just don't work properly for some reason.
This is why I'm
Don't
not
understand
using the Pete Rail because they're useless.
just don't understand it.
Oh,
There's
I
something
think,
definitely
yeah.
wrong with it. It's not even showing the
Sam Arna's
red.
in the chat and we're just all
That's
ignoring it.
What's up?
Sam Arna's in the YouTube chat and we're all just ignoring him, apparently.
That's. We're not watching it. That's why.
So another thing, Jordan, is on the right side, or is it the left side of the train? I can't remember. It's the other side, not the side you're on right now. The other side is now, as you can see, if you look out, you can see that scenery there, like quite well. You know, the fields and the trees and stuff, like through there. Originally on the Phase 1 route, you couldn't see any of that because it was all hidden by 2D trees and bushes. And I noticed on cab ride videos and and videos on the general line that is actually open and you can just sort of see it through the trees and things. And that's something I obviously wanted to fix and recreate, so that's what I did.
That's almost in a kind of way what you'll find on Pete Rail as well, Sam. As you're coming into Matlock, your right-hand side of the train, as you're coming into Matlock, is, I'd say both sides are fairly open, but there's bits. As you're coming away from Matlock towards Darlydale, you go around a curve, and it straightens out, then you get another curve. On that first curve, it's quite. I suppose you could almost say there's quite a lot. It's very well. There's a lot of vegetation around. And I always used to use the. Well, I do in train sim now. I used it when I used the route, obviously building. I used the straight section of track before you approach Darlydale or that foot crossing that you and Will told me off for when I was doing the route building. I used that as a marker to where I am because I know that as soon as you approach that bit of straight track, you maybe got 800 yards at most before you approach the Darlydale.
Yeah.
I know
It's important. It's important to capture
slowing
this
down.
stuff. It's important to capture stuff. For example, here now we're looking at the because we're not talking about Peak Rail. We're talking about the Mid Norfolk. But basically,
Yeah.
you can see here
Norfolk.
is another thing is you'll notice these telegraph poles beside the train. Originally, Brad had missed these out, and it was the same with the fence as well. The wire fencing along there. Those things were missed out on Phase 1. And I found that they're quite important to put in because they're right next to the track.
What scenery on version 1 of this far down the route? Because those things are so important. It's those small little things, as Steve said, that people notice straight away they're missing.
The telegraph poles are quite important alongside the lines, to be fair. And there's a few of them as you go through this area. and up towards Garvestone Crossing. And also this bit here has all been changed as well on the right,
You
where
shouldn't
we've
be
got
getting
more the fencing and stuff.
that's
And then there's a
broken.
gate.
You shouldn't be getting a feather. Sam, you shouldn't be getting the feather there.
Yeah, it's still a broken signal.
Most signals on this line, it seems.
They all need redoing and ripping up and redoing.
Oh, this one's off.
Yeah, because these are the ones I believe Will Braddock fixed, didn't you, Will? These ones here at Thuxton.
Yes, that's why these actually work.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Because these just did not want to pull off, did they, originally?
I was gonna do the rest, but at the time the original owner wanted the route back, so I suppose it's something I can do further on in the future.
Hey, what, Sam? Just watching Jordan's live stream, this brings out so many memories of going behind a 37 on this route. About 2011, 2012, something like I think it would have been. So quite a few years ago.
I take it that's a good thing then. So the route's been captured well then.
Yeah. I've not been for donkey's years. Like, I don't know the last time I went to Norfolk, to be honest, because I've got family that live in Norfolk, and we've done Mid Norfolk, we've done North Norfolk, we've done Wells and Walsingham, we've done.
Oh, there's a signal off on the end.
Yeah,
Over there.
Yes.
green.
Yeah, I can see a green. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You in the platform, George?
Yep, I'm in.
Oh, good.
Oh dear.
You're a bit far down the
Bit too
platform.
far down the platform, but
Oh well.
yeah.
You've
Anyway,
overshot it again.
Well,
I presume we've not.
I forgot how many coaches I was on. I stopped at the 6.
I presume they've not got
look.
access to the station building then. Because
no, the station building is privately owned by people. That's why, and that's another addition that was missing in the original was the
fence.
the fence and the conservatory at the back, which is something that the owners have.
The thing is, though, Sam, things like the fencing on a disused platform, that's the most important thing that shows it's a disused platform, that it's not open to the public, isn't it? And that's one thing that grinds my gears. Small things like that get ignored.
Yeah, but I think the main reason that it was missing at the time was because obviously it was still a heavy work in progress, even at Phase 1's release. As Brad even mentioned in the manual, that it is literally just a beta and is like a long way off from being completed, and it was, which is, you know, this is what the real version of the route is. This one, this is the one that it was being built up to, you know. But obviously, with circumstances, Traction Studios gave up, and they're not doing the train sim stuff anymore. So that's why we've got it. As you can see, there's more signage by Steve. That's the blue. See, the interesting thing about Thuxton is on that side it has the blue sign, and on the other side it's a white sign. So there's two different styles of signs on each platform, which is unusual.
It's odd, isn't it?
It's odd, yeah. But we captured that, haven't you, Steve? We've done that, and these signs were just signs. They weren't like I think these were just one asset, weren't they? They're not built up ones. These ones, I don't think.
No, I don't think they were.
Just
No.
zoom out a little bit so we look at Thuxton.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot shorter that side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is short of that side. And this has all been added in as well, all these like bits of houses and the farmlands over there, that I added all that in, because that wasn't there originally, because at this point where we are now, this would have been the original sort of cut off scenery wise on Phase 1. So anything beyond this point would have been cut off.
I tell you what, I remember a few years ago there was another freeway route. I think it was on UKTS, using the old. Remember the old Bath Templecombe track?
Yeah.
The really old default stuff, and it only went as far as Thuxton, but from the other direction.
Yeah, there was an old UKTS one, weren't there, years ago? I never even downloaded it. I don't think it was accurate, but yeah.
Accurate. And I told you you did it, Sam, and you said you didn't. I knew it.
Yeah, so I say it differently, do I?
Me and Will
Anyway,
find it funny.
so let's have a look a little bit around Thuxton. Have a look at some of the near the station, like the crossing. Obviously, I've added like a garden there and stuff like that. Extra details.
Oh, that's
It's all the
nice.
little,
In the many list of things.
just
Sam
the little
says to
things
football.
again, Steve, isn't it?
Yeah,
That bring it out.
Absolutely.
Hey, Will.
And like stuff like the house inside them trees there. That was all done by just looking with a little man putting down on the road and just getting all that
Google,
correct.
yeah.
What are you doing to
And
this little
Google
man?
Map. Sticking it on the road and just
Sticking
like,
him on the
zooming
road
in.
and running over him.
Yeah, and just having a look. I say this
Okay.
caravan and this car was there in real life as well, and I've just added those in.
Got the Vanacan.
And then if you look near the station building, Jordan, on that side
Yeah.
where the crossing is, you'll see that there's some more signs that Steve's done, like with posters and things on there, little Easter eggs. Yeah, I can see it there. Look on the side there. You've got the
Ah, look
got
who's
the
on there.
we've got Mr. Braddock on there at the bottom with his Pizza Hut. Do you remember that,
My
Will?
life.
He's so happy with that.
The common sign. I think that's in pretty much nearly every BLS route going.
Yeah.
And then you've got Steve there with his driver experience, and you've got me with the rail riders.
Oh,
And
and
then
then a
you've-
picture of Steve before he got old.
Hey, they didn't have cameras before I got old, mate.
Sam Arner's asks, is the Mid Norfolk the preserved line using Mark III's?
No.
No, he's
No,
thinking of
that didn't.
Northampton and Lamport, I think.
Wait, yes. No, they do have the Mark III's as well. Yeah, they have them crappy
Yeah.
GA Mark III's as well. Yeah, they do. He's right. Yeah, but you'll see that you've got the COVID-19 sign on there as well, which is it tells you rules about it, basically.
Well, can't read it, therefore it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Just little things that really bring it out. There's still lots to be done on it. I've still got all the way down to Durham to do. There's like 2 sections which has got no scenery at all, which need filling. And then I've got little tinkering around sort of these bits still here and there. And then that's it. It's done. Scenarios need creating, then it's all done, isn't it? Really?
Need to fix the signals.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
That
That's easy.
that can be Will's job to do signals, considering he started them.
And a couple more custom assets.
You
as well.
considering you're the one who started them, Will, you may as well be like the one to finish them all, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we only want one person to blame when they don't work.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate
Yeah, love you too, mate.
that.
I do know. I have noticed. So you have got a building missing there, Jordan, near where that house is. There, there's supposed to be a black building. I
Near
think
where
it's
that house is there. There's
Yeah,
more
he
than one
says
house.
while looking at like 4 of them.
Yeah, which one?
the 2 houses there.
Yeah.
You see how there's a massive gap in between there, where there's
Yeah.
like a hedge and that. Yeah, there should be a building in there. I think it's because it's part of the Railworks America Community Asset Pack.
Oh,
Yeah, that's missing.
And what, an
So,
American house in Norfolk?
Why not?
You never know.
Yeah, well,
But the building that's used looks like the building in real life, if that makes sense.
okay.
That's why it's used. Yeah.
Was we going any further, Sam, or is this going to be the end
You
of
can
the
have
run?
you can go a little bit further up to the crossing. Garthstone Crossing. That's a bit that's been super detailed.
You're not going to Durham?
Take the train or just fly over there?
Yeah, you could take a train or you could fly over there. It's up to you. Might as well just take the train.
Yeah, let's get on the train.
Mm.
Airplanes
But yeah, we're not
are
going as
expensive.
far. We're not going as far as Durham because the trouble is the scenery goes into nothingness on the way there, so it's pretty pointless to show that because there's not enough scenery. So,
We could do with a jump cut to Durham then, because that's detailed, isn't it?
it's sort of. It's not
It's got a
finished.
little bit.
Isn't that where there's a big industrial estate?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yes, because I remember making millions of signs for all the different industrial units.
Yeah, like MKM
Go on
and
a
Roy
line
and
street.
all sorts, didn't you?
Yeah.
I know how I can do a jump cut on a live stream. We'll ask everyone watching to close their eyes for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Please don't look at this bit.
Superimpose a WIP over it as you move over.
I managed to get that signal to work then, because I plonked that one down.
I was about to say, all I can hear in the background is Will clicking. But he's just gone mute.
He's a busy man.
Oh, I was just making an
Busy
observation.
man trying to learn new things.
I was just making an observation. Oh, not really observing. You know what I mean?
Mind you, speaking of observations, we've made a few of our own, haven't we, Lewis?
Concerning
Regarding
what?
Sam's vocals.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh dear. Here we go.
Are you referring to the class 97?
I am. Funnily enough.
Ah, 97304, John Tilley.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that one. Hey, Sam.
This is
He's changed the subject. This is a tree.
this is something I worked hours on doing this scenery here, like hours. Because if you look how all the bushes are different, they're all like they're not all the same. Because something what Steve taught me was he said that you can't have everything the same, can you, Steve? Otherwise, it doesn't look real.
No. It generates a
What
pattern.
the hell are you?
I've messed up my boiler pressure here.
It generates a pattern, and your eyes, I can spot a
Oh,
pattern a mile off.
no. The steam experts failed.
Have you not got any fire in that thing?
No, I left it alone because I thought we was going to end it at Thuxton. That's why I didn't put any fire on.
So
Well,
you've killed him.
We'll get
Well
out and
done.
push.
Well,
Someone get John Tiley.
well, we're at the end of the route anyway. Well, end of the route for now.
And I can always,
Yeah,
you know, where is 304 now? It's probably somewhere. It's somewhere. I'll find it.
No, this
Drive
is
it
this route is like I say. This area was I spent absolute ages on. I just went crazy over the detail on it.
Yes, I really like the ballast.
Wow.
Yeah, I've stuck some ballast down there. I've also got a walker walking his dog, and he sat down
walker.
taking a crap near a bin, which is just a little extra, like just a little extra detail.
You know
really.
what? You know what? This is where Jordan needs my 47367 to come and push him up the hill.
Is that still a thing? Is that still going to happen? That reskin?
It's finished. I did offer
Oh,
it to Jordan tonight, but there wasn't enough time because he didn't have the Wherry Lines 47s.
Oh right.
Yeah.
That's no
They
good then.
discontinued, haven't they? Didn't AP discontinue them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so don't like to be able to use that.
Nope.
Shame, really. I hate when they discontinue things.
Well,
That's 40.
you never know, hope we'll
Dink.
get-
Yeah. Me and Will are on the same
Oh,
page.
Jordan,
Yes.
what do you think of all this like detail I've done down here?
Yeah, it adds another level to the route. Let's say when
Yeah,
you
nice,
look at the
not nice grass.
Nice trampoline.
Nice, Chris.
Oh yeah. Also,
Yeah, well,
there's a table down there.
Well, next time there's a storm, that trampoline is going to be over on the railway line.
Yeah, it's got on the track somewhere.
Oh look, some vegetables.
Vegetables.
Are they watching the diesels go past?
They're vegetating.
Oh no, Sam! No, Sam!
No,
no,
I'm
Sam.
just- yeah,
that dog's pointing the wrong way.
How is
Wait, is that
how
is
is
that a
it pointing
2D
the wrong
tree?
way?
Is that a 2D tree?
What's that road sign?
Blank.
Oh,
Right,
that's
yeah.
it. That's inaccurate.
Um,
No, we
because-
can't be having this.
No, Will, it's not accurate.
Oh,
I'll
no,
tell you-
accurate. Yeah.
It's not accurate.
Blank,
There's a nice sign.
Steve,
There's a-
because
there's a- Beware of the
there's no
gate.
road signs in Train Sim that had the particular thing on it. I'm not sure. I think it was blank in real life. I can't remember. It was either
Get
that
your little
or
man on Google.
it didn't exist.
Is there meant to be wires on that? No, not that one. The other side of the road.
Wires on what? What, the telegraph pole?
No, not that bit. The what are they called? The power line things. Don't know what they're called. The pylon thing.
Pylons.
Yeah, not the telegraph. The one. No, other side of the crossing. There, you can
Oh,
see
that
it
one
there.
there.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
telegraph pole.
Is
Yeah.
it? I
That's
thought
a power
it
line,
was-
that is.
Is it
Yeah, I thought it was a
power?
power
Nah,
line.
KV power line.
telephone, power line, they're all the same thing.
I wouldn't connect your telephone to that. That'll make
Yeah,
your
you
eyes
should-
light up.
Well, you'll get a boosted signal.
The boosted
Yeah,
something.
the interesting thing about those is they don't actually have wires on the asset, which is annoying. So they're just
So they're not very
This is wireless.
useful then, are they?
no, they're just wireless. So the AP Wherry line's
Wireless.
Wireless.
one. So yeah.
There's another road sign there. Which one's that one? Ah, danger wooden fence.
Beware of the gate, yes.
So these
Killer gates.
the houses as well. Some of them I've sort of edited and made them look like the real ones. For example, there's one back there where I put 2 garages inside it.
Did you get the
Which is-
homeowner's permission to do that?
Yeah, but
Or
the
did
thing
you,
is,
or did you arrive one day with a sledgehammer?
It was on purple
couldn't-
bricks.
I couldn't find the asset, the actual asset, the appropriate building, as it were. So basically, instead of doing that, I just sort of kit bashed it and put the garages in there.
Yep, turned up
That's
with a
what everybody
sledgehammer.
else does. Yeah.
A sledgehammer and a screwdriver.
Have you got a head of steam yet?
Get in there.
Probably blown it up.
Blown it up. Shut
You
up.
look back and it's just a giant fire.
See, this is what happens when he steps away from his southern machines.
Yeah, that's not a southern tank, that one.
Yeah, it goes wrong, doesn't it, Jordan?
Bit like the
Really?
Islands.
Oh no, Saman has just said.
Considering they were all built in Brighton.
Jordan,
Saman has just said.
That was
next stream
allocated
we should-
somewhere else, Steve. Shush.
Saman has just said next stream we should use a 66 so we won't have any loco issues.
That's
no.
a good joke. That's a
Yeah,
good joke.
I am not.
Never be
I am
used.
not using
Never
a
be
yin
used. Never be used on here. I mean, maybe at galas,
Six is
but
shit.
you know.
No, correction. It will never be used on here unless Sam Arner's on it. There you go.
66 is a shit.
Poor old sheds.
Oh dear, oh dear.
They
we'll,
are,
settle, we'll settle with a 59.
Oh,
What, a granddad yin yin? No thanks.
no, at least make it slightly more interesting. Maybe the 57.
Nah,
Yeah,
60.
68.
Oh, a 68, yeah.
9F.
Jordan, I took over driving on the club, or on the Loco stay at the club, and the person that had driven it before me, and obviously Steve will know about to say, but he'd left very little fire in it, and there was pretty much no water in the boiler.
Oh, I get that all the time.
What, when you've let your Loco not drive yours?
Just any sort of engine. There was one particular driver who I would never take over from driving because I knew what he was like.
Well,
Let-
shall we say I very quickly
But yeah,
got
you can see
some water
down the
in
end
and
of the line there.
rebuilt the fire to cover the coal.
I was
Not,
just-
not like the standard Ford that's sat here, is it? No fire and no water and no steam.
Oh, I'm getting it. But I say we're not going any further because say that's the. You can literally see that's the end of the scenery for now. Except for the next section, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, we could show Durham, but then to be fair, I think I'm just giving too much away if we look at Durham.
Yeah, gotta leave some things in.
Got to leave something, yeah. But guys, what do you think of the route though in general? Like when you're looking along it, do you think it's good? say
Yeah, as you can
Spent
see, we're all
hours on
very thrilled about it.
yeah, I was going to say you don't sound that convinced
I'm
about
going to
it.
say,
Hey,
was that a
sorry,
comment
Sam, I'm
for
just-
us or for the people in
I'm
the
more concerned
chat?
about the fact that Sam Arner's just said he's going to have a 37 with the sounds of a 67. That's got me a bit concerned.
Can someone just shoot him?
He says I'll call it a Class 77. I swear that exists. I swear a 77 exists. It's one of them electrics.
I'd rather not know.
The DC electric,
It is.
yeah.
It's one of them woodhead ones.
But yeah, no, Jordan, look, if you zoom in now, you'll see that the distant scenery as well. You can see like all the trees on the hill and stuff like that, which is another
Hill?
added
You
extra
call that
detail.
a hill? Oh,
Oh, no. Look what Sam Arner's put in BLS staff text.
Oh, I don't want to.
Oh,
I'm trying to
for
concentrate on
oh,
flying.
wow. He's completely ruined 37057 is what he's done.
Oh dear.
I want to kill him.
My God.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, he's lost my respect forever.
Mm.
Don't know about everyone else.
That's nice.
It's got Y
That's
packs.
the one-
Do we?
That's one
Sam,
of
Y
the
packs
things-
on an unrefurbed nose. Tremendous.
With split head code, yeah.
Sam, do we want to talk about any future products coming in 2022?
Well, we've got this, haven't we? This route. This is one of the big ones coming. And then we've got what else have we got that needs to be released this year? We've got Peak Rail won't be ready this year. No chance, will it? Well, it's got ages yet. Well, I'm trying to think what else we'll
Didn't
have.
even let Will answer. Just like, nah, will. Anyway, yeah.
Well, if Peak Rail's going to be anywhere, it'll be either at the back end of this year or early 2023.
Back end or next year. I don't have any faith of that getting completed like until like at least the end of the year because there's loads to do on it.
Yeah.
Problem
Well,
is
the track-
distant scenery with it is major on that route. So.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's probably going to be looking like the back end of this year, moving into early 2023.
But we should finally be able to see the light and day of the Merlin Light Railway being released this year.
Yeah.
Ah, whoopie-doo. Anyway, moving on.
Something that should have been released last year at Christmas time, shouldn't it have, Jordan?
It was planned for our Christmas event that we had going on, but things occurred and circumstances, it just kept getting delayed and delayed.
Circumstances, what?
Yeah, basically he didn't write the manual in time, pretty much.
I was trying to say it politely, but yeah, he didn't do it.
Yeah. And that's the reason why, because then it delayed all the scenario making and everything else because we needed to know all the requirements.
That and I swear, Sam, you did some, and then it just didn't. You crashed. That was it, and it just didn't save any of it, and then you couldn't be bothered.
No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, it did. I'm pretty sure it did.
No, he was trying to put down all the locomotives of the Merlin Light Railway into the Merlin sheds, and I told
Yes,
him.
Yes.
that was it. Yes,
That's
yep.
what he was doing.
And it crashed. Yes. Yep. Anyway, that's some nice dirt down there.
We got the GCR locos pack, haven't we?
Yeah, that should be this month, definitely. So I've just got to finish the scenarios on that, and then that's all done.
Yay, 37255. Yeah.
Already got some comments about that being a really good reskin. To be honest, Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you got some good feedback on that already.
Sorry, I'm
That's
missing out 714 there, aren't I?
Oh yeah, you got
Sorry, Will.
714.
Everyone forgets it. I'm so sorry, Will. I apologise.
But yeah, so
Anyway,
And then there'll be, I'm sure there's going to be other projects that crop up through the year.
Ha! I dare say.
like I say, there's the only ones I can really guarantee that are going to be this year at the moment is the Mid Norfolk, the Merlin Light Railway, and the GCR Loco Pack. Anything else is like an if or but, isn't it? Really, route wise.
Yeah.
Another thing, another thing we have got ideas for is introducing more Class 27 reskins, haven't we? We've got ideas of introducing some more of those.
oh, I know. What about the Class
And
20s?
then, the 20s as well. Yeah, that's another thing that's in the planning that needs finishing, doesn't it, Will?
And Will just dies.
Well, it's
Yeah.
on the list of things to do, which is
Oh yeah,
A
speaking
lot-
of
a
that,
lot
Will,
of
shall I send you
lists.
more pictures?
No.
uh,
Don't do that.
I've run out of
Oh,
them.
dear,
I just
I've
keep
done that.
sending the same ones now. Not that I'm still doing it. That ended a long time ago. Really, I have.
Really, I have the confidence in that.
So if any of the viewers who are watching, there's 6 viewers, anyone has any questions, then please do write them in the comments section
Because you
now.
seem to be
so we can
ignoring
answer
the
them.
chat for a while, Sam.
Yeah, Sam just doesn't
yeah.
regard the
Well, there
chat
you
in
go.
any way.
Sam Arner said, "What's happened to the Spa Valley?"
Yeah, that's a good point,
point.
actually.
That's actually a good
I
point.
made some locos for that, and I've not heard anything about it. So
He's the guy who's working on it. Obviously, he has. It's like us. He has a life as well. He's just stopped doing it for a little bit.
Like us.
like us, hang on a minute.
Well,
Hang on a minute.
some of us had, held up on projects. For example, Ethan with the Berlin, and he's sort of done the same thing. He's just sort of held up on that at the moment, but he'll probably get back to it again some point soon. I know he started doing some bits and pieces on it, sort of early December. He started doing some more around Tunbridge Wells, but that was literally the last I heard from it.
Lovely.
Yeah, it'll be there eventually. Like I say, everything will be here eventually. It's time. Like I say, quality takes time. Is the way it is, isn't it?
He's learning at last. It's not about how much you can release in a year. It's about the quality of whatever you're doing.
Yeah, but that's slightly different to the conversation we was going on about with YouTube, though, Jake.
Well,
Well,
we're gonna try and do some get some ideas
I've had
together for that.
conversations with several people, Sam, and they say they prefer quality over quantity of stuff.
Oh, I'm not going into it because
Well,
you know.
We can discuss it off stream. That's an off stream
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
But yeah, I think on that sort of note.
On that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the shambles of a BLS team and Sam Beeman.
What do you mean a shambles of a BLS team?
Maybe
This
that's
is
like
the
Sam's
BLS
not
team.
part of the team.
No, I'm
Like,
basically
the
saying we're all a
BLS team
shambles and
and
Sam is the
Sam.
one organising everything. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Something like you're like the BLS team and Sam,
Lovely.
the ones who make content.
The ones who make content and the man that releases them.
You know, I don't know these guys. I really don't. I
wants to
don't.
die now.
Honestly, I don't know these guys. Honestly, I don't.
Dear Aileen.
Anyway, before we do go though, we just want to say thanks so much for the 400 subscribers.
Yeah, it's 410 now, isn't it?
It's 409. Almost.
I swear I said 410 when
It
I
is 410 on mine.
Yeah,
It's 410.
yeah, mine's 410.
Mine says
So in that
409,
case-
so
Well, in that case, we've gained a subscriber just by this stream.
Yeah, hey,
Way.
being productive, being productive. I don't know why,
There you go.
but you know. Yeah,
So we've
400
gained-
subscribers special, yeah. Yeah,
And thanks for subscribing, guys.
gosh.
Yeah. Right, should we end the stream now, Jordan? I think we've seen what we wanted to see.
Yep.
I think everyone's liked what they've seen. I hope they have, because we've got 6 likes on the video, which is a good thing.
it's always
There's
a
4
good-
on my screen.
Well,
Well,
6 on
seven
here.
on-
You're
7
just
on mine.
well, it's YouTube. Who cares?
Great algorithm design.
Exactly. So
Yep, no dislikes anymore.
yeah, we're not talking
No.
about that. Right. So yeah, I'll end the stream
Moving
here.
swiftly on.
Yeah, moving swiftly on. I will end the stream here. Thank you everyone for joining. And we'll.
No worries, John. It's my pleasure.
Well, it's always a pleasure when you're here, Will.
There you go.
And we'll
Steady.
catch,
Well,
catch everyone on the next one.
it's becoming a rare moment nowadays.